Hey guys, it's Leslie with The Social Launch. With everything that's going on, you might not have the opportunity to have a meeting in person, or you want to have an alternative. You might also just want to meet up with family members, whether it's a birthday party or just to have a little bit of FaceTime. There are other alternatives out there. One that I really like using is Zoom, and I've used it a lot in the past just to have meetings or to have an interview with someone online. So I like using Zoom, but I have heard a lot of people that don't really know how to use it. So this is just a basic tutorial for how to be able to send out a link so that you can connect with people online using Zoom. Get started with Zoom. If you are the person that's going to be setting up the link to send out to people, so whether you're having a meeting or you're meeting with family, you need to go to zoom.us. And then if you already have an account, just simply sign in. And then if you haven't signed up for an account, just click right here, sign up. It's absolutely free. If you're curious about the pricing, if you go to plans and pricing here, I believe the first account starts at $15 a month. So that's pretty good and inexpensive if you are having a lot of meetings. The one thing that they are offering right now is for schools, they're offering to take that 40 limit time period off. But if you need more information, just go to zoom.us and then go to plans and pricing. And then if this video doesn't give you enough information, if you just go to zoom.us and then you'll see here that there's tons of how-to videos right here. So if you need more information on how to use Zoom, the perfect people to learn from are Zoom themselves. So I'm just going to sign in because I already have an account. So once you're signed in, it's going to bring you to this kind of main profile area. So it's very easy to set up a meeting. So whether it's a meeting or whether it is just a meeting with your family or friends, it's super easy to set up. So the very easiest way to have people join you is this is your personal meeting ID right here. So if you just copy and paste this into an email or into Messenger or whatever, people can actually click on here and join you for a meeting. So that's one way. The other way that I usually like to do it is at the top here, you'll see schedule a meeting. So if you click schedule a meeting, and again, it doesn't have to be a meeting. It can be just like a gathering with your family or friends. So this is when maybe you've planned out with your friends that you're going to meet on next Tuesday or whatever. So you actually put in the date, the time. My plan, as I mentioned, just has a 40-minute time limit. And I believe if I have less than 3 people that you can talk as long as you want. I remember talking to a friend for over an hour and I just have a basic plan. So I think it's just when you have 3 or more people that you have this 40-minute time limit. And again, this is just because I have a free plan. So that is that little information. So you just type in your topic. So it could just be like friend meetup, or it could be meeting to discuss logo or whatever. So you put in your topic. If you have a description, you put in your date and time, how long you're meeting for. And then you want to make sure that you set the time zone correctly, or else it will show up in people's calendar for the wrong time. So you can set up recurring meetings. That's pretty much all you have to do. Now, like I mentioned before, you have that one link that's kind of your generic link that you could use all the time. So you can use that. I don't usually require a meeting password, but if you are posting this on social media or your website, I would require a meeting password just so you aren't getting people going into your meeting that aren't supposed to be there. I've never had that happen, but I have heard that that could happen. I don't usually promote my links when I'm inviting people to a meeting, so I would just suggest trying to send your links via email and just trying to keep that secure. But you can require a password for your meeting. I just never used it. For this, you probably don't have to change these video audio options, but all that's going to happen is when the host joins the meeting, your video is going to be off, participants' video is going to be off, and then they can go and click in and be on video. So I like to have it off just because some people are weird about being on video. If you're doing this with friends, most likely you're going to want to see each other. So depends on what you want here. I just usually have these off. Audio, I always have both options, so people can connect to your Zoom meeting from their phone or through the computer audio. So depending on if they're connecting through their phone or a laptop, I usually put both. Now, right now, if you're watching this in real time, with COVID-19, the basic accounts sometimes don't give you the option to have this telephone audio. So it depends on which plan you have and if you've paid for it. But I would just always click both, just so that you have the option to dial in from your phone or meet with computer audio. Now, for your meeting options, I always click Enable Join Before Host, just so that maybe you were in another meeting before this scheduled meeting. This allows anyone click on the link to join before you, so they don't have to wait for you. If you don't click this, what'll happen is if you and I are supposed to meet, I don't have this clicked, you try to join the meeting, it'll just spin and it will say, waiting for your host to join. Versus if you click this, it's actually going to let that person go right into the meeting room and they won't have to wait for you. You can have the option to mute people before they go into the meeting. I've never used this waiting room thing, so you'd have to experiment a little bit with that. And then I like to record the meeting, just because if I'm doing a training or a meeting with a client, it's nice to be able to send people that link afterwards, and then they can go and rewatch it if there's some good information. So then you just click save. So I'm just going to create a little fake meeting here. So just choosing whatever day and time you want. And this is correct, not a recurring meeting. I don't want a password. Okay, so I'm gonna click save. Now what's gonna happen is it's gonna bring up the information that you just put in. So I would go review this, make sure it's set up how you want. Sometimes once I've set up a call, I find that the time zone's not right, so I have to go and edit, which you can easily do just by scrolling to the bottom, click edit this meeting. But what I like about Zoom is that then you can go and add it to your calendar. So you can add it to your calendar, and then you can also copy the invitation. It's going to show you this here. So copy this, then you're able to go into whatever email platform you use. So if you're sending this out as a training, you can go into MailChimp or ActiveCampaign or whatever email provider that you use and send that out to your audience. You can also go to, if you're using Gmail or Outlook or whatever, you can go create an email and then send this out to whoever you're inviting. Go to your email or go to wherever and invite people to your little gathering, and they'll have all the information. Now, if you're just joining a meeting, all you have to do is click the link. So the person setting up this meeting or the call or whatever, they're going to have to copy the invitation, or at least copy this URL here, this join URL. That's basically all you need. But you just have to, at whatever time the meeting or the gathering's scheduled for, just click the link. You probably will have to go maybe 1 minute ahead of time because it's going to ask you to download Zoom. So you're going to have to do that. But other than that, that is all you have to do if you're just attending. So all these steps for creating a meeting is only the person that's actually organizing it. So that's basically all you need to know. If there's anything else that you need to know, let me know and I'm happy to do another tutorial, but this is just basically how you use Zoom. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, remember you can reach out, Leslie@thesociallaunch.com, or reach out to me on my favorite platform right now is Instagram. I'm on there at The Social Launch, so you can always ask me questions there. And have a great day.